Hi YouTube, this is Darkon633 and back with another Transformers review. Today we're going to take a look at the Transformers Legends LG-55 Slugslinger with his Targetmaster Caliburst. Now, this is really nice that Takara has now finally fully released all three of the main new Decepticon Targetmasters, pretty much finishing off the set, except for one, and that's Scourge with Fracas. And that's really unfortunate that, especially with the new rebranding under Hasbro and Takara's new ruling here, I don't think it's ever going to happen at this point unless Hasbro decides to release it, and that's really unfortunate. Anyways, we're going to take a look at the box first. The box is your typical Transformers Legends style design, and it's a picture of Slugslinger there. Has pretty much the name in Japanese as well. Same thing with here. Has another picture of Slugslinger, along with more of the logo for Transformers Legends. And shows between the robot and vehicle modes. So you pretty much get the idea when you get the other two releases. The main contents of the box obviously include his Headmaster, which once again, the Targetmaster name is not named, if I can tell, for the Japanese release. Caliburst, which is his Targetmaster. And another instruction booklet following up with a new comic. So that's pretty much the usual stuff we get with Transformers Legends figures. Now we're going to take a look at the figure more closely. In terms of articulation, it does maintain the same ball joints at the head, the same swivels at the shoulders, although it does kind of get hindered due to the back panel wings there. It has forward and inward movement, and can kind of have more, but you do need to break up the look because it's part of the transformation. He has swivels at the elbows, more than 90 degrees by slightly with the elbow, just by the way it's designed, and wrists can pivot a bit due to transformation. He does have 360 waist articulation, but once again, it's a little bit hard to get into due to the wings. It has ball joints at the hips, swivels at the thighs, more than 90 degrees on knee joints due to transformation, and feet can pivot as well. So it's pretty much exactly what we've seen in some of the other iterations of the mold, but obviously it does have enough new retool parts to make it stand out. As a comparison, here is Slugslinger next to the other Targetmasters. So we have Trigger Happy, which was the first to be released of the trio, Misfire, and as a bonus, here he is next to Universe Cyclonus, which also had his Targetmaster, and just Scourge, which unfortunately did not. So we were so close to actually finishing this set, but it is unfortunate that it did not actually come to fruition, especially since Takara did release their own Scourge and did not wait to actually release either a new figure that would come with Fracas or just with Scourge in general. So that's a real shame. So anyways, we're going to take a look at his transformation and go on to his vehicle mode. To own the other two molds, then you're not going to get a whole lot of surprises with this particular release. The wing design is definitely different, and obviously it does have the dual cockpit design that Slugslinger had in both the original design and obviously for this toy line in general. So it's definitely different in that aspect, but in terms of transformation, you're not going to get a whole lot of difference in the long run. We're actually going to transform his Targetmaster on screen so that we can actually plug him inside the cockpit. So here is a look at his Targetmaster. His cockpit's a little bit hard to get into due to the way that it's designed, but once you actually open it up, then it doesn't have any problems. Similar to what we've seen with Misfire, his Targetmaster can actually fit inside with the standard sitting position, so that's pretty cool. We're actually going to transform his Targetmaster Caliburst here on screen. It's once again the exact same thing we've seen with the other two Targetmasters, because they are relatively the same mold. It's a little bit difficult due to the way that the pieces actually flip, but it does stay well together otherwise. So, I'm trying to get this together. It's having a little bit of a hard time actually getting there. I think that's... there we go. was just having a hard time actually plugging in. So there we have Caliburst in his robot mode. Articulation is exactly the same thing we've seen with the other two Targetmasters. We have the swivel at the head, ball joints at the shoulders, the fused hip joints, although you can move them separately if you wish to, and ball joints and the knees. So, as a comparison, here is Caliburst next to Blowpipe, which we're going to quickly transform. And here is Aimless. So I'm going to quickly transform these here. So all three do have enough differences in both molding and paint to help them separate them apart, but they are relatively the same mold in general. So you can, similar to what we've seen with the other two, plug his Targetmaster on the cockpit area. So there we go. I'm going to plug this here. And he fits in with relative ease. So that's really nice. Once again, it does not look like he has any type of landing gear, but it's still nice that we actually got all three in this line all together. So we're going to quickly transform the other two Targetmasters back into their Targetmaster modes as well. So now we're going to show him next to Trigger Happy and Misfire to finish the set. So I'm really glad that Takara managed to release all three of the Targetmasters before the line had some major changes. Hopefully we're going to see some interesting stuff in the future, but as of right now, the future is very shaky when it comes to Takara toys, so hopefully we'll see a lot more cool stuff in the future. In conclusion, I'm still glad that Takara was able to release all three of the Targetmaster Decepticons, and although the Autobot ones definitely did not follow suit, and that's really disappointing, I still think it's awesome that we actually got all three of the Decepticon Targetmasters, since they had some pretty interesting designs in the first place. So, I highly recommend tracking this one down. It did come out at the end of December, so it is still a relatively new release, so your best bet is to probably just check the online sites such as AmiAmi, HLJ, or any of the associated sites such as BBTS, Entertainment Earth, maybe not Entertainment Earth, but definitely BBTS. Anyways, I got mine from HobbyLink, and I definitely think it was worth even at the full retail price, since it's really nice to actually get a hold of Slugslinger, since he's actually my favorite of the three Decepticon Targetmasters. Anyways, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and check out Hero Club and Hirotaku. Also check out Twitter, Darkon633, and don't forget to check down the other channels down below. Please check me on Instagram under Darkon633 as well, and please check the little bell at the bottom of the screen in order to be notified with my next review. But for now, I'll be back with more transfer reviews. But for now, I'll be seeing you later, YouTube. Bye.